You're well. Thank you. I'm the mediator and I see the least as far as some information.
You are the case manager?
I'm not the case manager, but I'm the mediator for this meeting.
Oh.
The case manager brings me in to mediate the meeting, basically. Great. Do you know who we're going to talk to?
I want to make sure that, with the holiday weekend it might not change.
Yeah, but I can go ahead and get them on the phone while we wait for the.
Do you need to talk to them?
Yeah.
Caucus, okay. So when she gets on the phone, we'll need to step out, Lynn,
Yes.
and let her talk with the bank directly, and we can wait for the
For the
interpreter.
interpreter.
Yeah.
But before you go, I just hand out for everyone is one paper. This is mine.
Oh, okay.
Because my voice physical has a disability is really limited when I'm talking a lot, so I just typing and you know what I'm going to talk today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hi, is this Olivia?
I'll take a look at this out. Yeah.
Hi, 1 second. This is Amber Lebrecht.
Lynn,
Oh.
let's go on.
Okay.
I'm here at the mediation and the room is.
What was your name?
Your first is okay.
Amber Lebrecht.
Okay.
And we are about to have the room so we can talk privately. I am your attorney for this mediation.
Okay. Council or
Program form or intake form.
Intake form is this.
Okay, so the person who will be on the phone is the servicing agent for this mortgage. And they are legally responsible to appear and legally responsible to represent the note. And it's uploaded into the portal, where your documents are all uploaded. So,
But because I commend you Orange Justice Department because on March 2012, the CEO Bank of America submitted note to Orange Justice Department, Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. The note is totally different with the Fannie Mae submit to the resolution conference.
it's okay. I think and see if that's the one that's in this.
I had a copy to the CEO Bank of America. They sent to the
The
Orange
problem
Department.
The problem with this is for here is we're meeting by a state law to avoid foreclosure avoidance, and that's the total scope of what we can do in this meeting. So if you dispute, who
No,
has the
I'm not
note
dispute,
or
but I should say because as I know, Oregon Supreme Court rule already regarding merge, but because actually Federal National Mortgage Association hide the information, they don't submit the assignment deed of trust because BAC Home Loan Servicing they issue the merge proposed assignment transfer deed and note at the Monona County on May 26, 2011, and the merge did not hold any interest from the note and the deed. And how come the Fannie Mae will be the
what
owner
you
of
might
the note?
need to do, if it goes, which that is all beyond trying to avoid a foreclosure measure, like by getting a loan modification or something. What you might need to do is find somebody who can represent you, and that would be done outside of this,
But
because we're not set up to talk about that kind of
The
stuff.
problem is because I know from the Oregon Justice Department website SB 558, it says if the person does not have the authority, they're not the beneficiary, so they don't have authority to negotiate it or discuss the status of the property with the homeowner.
Right.
Yes. So
The
if
thing
I-
is though, in order, that's a different interpretation of the person that's here. The people that are here in the room do have authority, and we'll confirm that when we get started, because they're shown by all the legal documents with the different agencies, the state and all that stuff, that they're servicing the note or whatever like that. So if you were going to contest them as actually holding the note, it would be different than saying, that person assumes they have the right. You know what I'm saying? You'd have to take them to court or something.
No, because
Because I
it's
couldn't-
not
I couldn't do
because
that here.
they say on the on the Oregon Foreclosure Resolution
Right,
Conference, it doesn't have the authority because I don't know they submit anything for you, but they don't support for me, and according what they post on the website, I saw they are not the it
What I'm
doesn't
saying
have
is you're
authority.
interpreting that different than the way the law says for me to interpret it. For me to interpret that, what it means is the person that is on the phone has authority or not. It's not for me to question if they're the right holder of the note or whether or not that is right or wrong. It's whether or not they can actually commit the agency, the bank, whatever, to avoiding, some kind of a measure for foreclosure avoidance. I have no way of questioning whether or not they're the right people to show up, and that's what I'm saying. You would have to probably do that
But it is
with
really
the help of like an
if I talk to them, I discuss the status of the property, and and it's really risky for me, and it's not fair if I negotiate or
That's what I'm saying. This
discuss
may
the
not be the
status.
place for you to be. It may not be the way for you to proceed with what you believe is true. Because all I can do here is help you like get a loan modification or something like that. But if you question that the bank you're talking to is even the right people, then nobody's going to do anything, right? Because you're questioning whether they even have the right to be talking to you.
I'm submit the document. They use the word proposed assignment transfer at Monona County. Do you know it?
Say that again.
Have you seen the document? The bank, the BAC Home
yes.
and the Fannie Mae use merge the proposed assignment transfer at the Monona County.
Yeah,
And
that's all on the portal.
do you know the American Mortgage Network does not exist in the business since 2005. They out of the business,
No, I didn't.
and the merge proposed assignment in
What you might need is
2011.
help with the, You might need an attorney to really go to the direction you're talking
So,
about.
I just want to, that's why, because at that time I need the band and we had a tie, because, on
Right,
the
to
last
make sure
day, we don't have any the document and, I discovered because my visual impairment, I did not, I'm not able to review one tie. They put a lot of documents,
Yeah,
I
they
need a
need a
tie,
lot.
and that's why I asked them, reschedule for the solution conference and for the party make the decision what they should do, but they don't agree.
Yeah, that's not surprising. When did you ask to reschedule?
I asked them. The first time they request for reschedule on June 19, and I agree to reschedule for the solution conference because I want the both of parties we have time to group,
You ready? Okay, well. So this will be really, yeah. Yeah, because I really think you need an interpreter, so we can all understand each other good. So who do we have on the phone?
Olivia Davis, information is in there.
And Olivia, this is Kathy Bennett, the facilitator. You're with Soteris, correct?
Correct.
Hi. So I have in the room Ms. Lynn Tran, and she's she's the homeowner, and then also myself, and then of course Amber, your representative. We were hoping to have a interpreter, Vietnamese interpreter, and he has not showed up yet. So we're going to try and see if we can confirm. It looks like by email he was confirmed upon, but
Okay.
I think it would be a really important somebody's help. So,
And to clarify, is Mindu Tran planning on coming?
Min Dutran, he conveys the title for me at the Monongah County, and he authorized for me to talk about the property.
Okay.
oh, okay. So he won't be here today.
No.
Okay.
You want to just call him or something?
Yeah.
Or
That's
that's
it right
over.
there.
still finding my way on these iPhones.
I know. That's why I never change from the thing I use, just because. This is Kathy Bennett. I'm a facilitator for the Oregon Foreclosure Avoidance Program, and currently we were expecting, I have an email saying that an interpreter named Ben Solis was going to be present. I just wanted to make sure that that was true because we're like 15 minutes late now into the meeting. I wanted to make sure he was coming, or if there was a way you could reach him, or I could reach him. Oh, I wonder if someone got assigned to this. Yeah, yeah, it started at 1:30. And it was for Lynn Tran. We needed a Vietnamese interpreter,
Lynn
and
Tran,
apparently
okay.
was authorized by mediation case manager. Sure. Okay. Am I not saying your name right?
Linh Thị Minh Trân.
So L, do you mind writing it for me?
Um,
I'm leaving a word out, I think.
L-I
Oh, T-H-I?
L-I-N-N-T-S-I-M-I-N-S-T-R-E-N.
So it's 4 words. Okay. I'm gonna change that, thank you. And how do you say it?
Linh Thị Minh Trân.
Lin Tai
Linh Thị Minh Trân.
Min Jung. Oh boy. Can I call you Lynn? Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay.
Linh Thị Minh Trân. My first name Lynn.
Lynn. Okay, so if I call you Lynn, that will be okay. All right. But let me get your full name. Oh, thanks. Okay, thanks. All right. Can I see that email from Griffin?
Go ahead and scroll.
How long are you thinking? Okay, sure. It's 503 313 8181. And I'm Kathy. Okay, great. Thank you. Correct. Okay. Bye-bye. Seems like there's trouble there. So, let's see, let's do a little bit of just beginning stuff. So, Lynn, for your sake, this is a meeting that's required by the state of Oregon, which I know you know. It's an opportunity to come to some kind of foreclosure avoidance measure. That could be in the form of some kind of way to retain your home, like through a loan modification or something like that. Or if you didn't want to stay there, talking about ways to not retain your home. And that's the purpose of this program. And so in the room, we have everybody who has been determined by the state can represent, you know, and commit to foreclosure avoidance. And the whole point of that is to try and help, you know, come up with something without all the communication issues that might have happened in the past. So with that in mind, Olivia, I assume that you do have complete authority to negotiate and commit to a foreclosure avoidance measure today?
I do.
Okay. And let me turn this on so I can get this other lady's call. And so my job in this is at the neutral third party. I'm the facilitator of the conversation. if you had like a housing counselor, that person could advocate or advise you. I can't do that for you because I'm the facilitator of the conversation. Whereas Amber does that for the bank. She can advise and advocate for the bank. And the bank, by virtue of the fact that they're not in the state of Oregon, has to have Amber present in order to have this meeting. So I assume you want to keep your home, right?
Yes, I
You're-
do.
You want to try and do something like that. So the purpose, I know that there's some confusion around, you know, who can do what and all of that. I've read your note. And I guess my main concern is that you understand what the scope of this meeting is supposed to be. There's some things that I can't do for you. And we talked about that while we were waiting for, you know, Amber and Olivia to talk. And it's difficult. You're able to understand me, right?
A little bit,
A little bit.
I
And
try my
that's-
best, yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the problem, is not having somebody to help with the communication. So,
It looked like they were maybe located in downtown Portland, probably relatively near where I came from. So
yeah.
6-7 minute drive if they can.
Well,
find
what I'm
someone.
thinking is even they might be able to get.
You guys,
some-
I'm going to put you on hold for just a moment. I'll be right back.
Sure. What I'm thinking is
We could get someone on the phone.
is maybe we could get someone on the phone to do it over the phone. Hi, this is Kathy.
Thank you for calling Sarah today. We always look forward
Yes.
to helping with your mortgage loan questions and concerns. Stay on the line. Your agent will be right back.
Oh. Uh-huh. So we never set it up. Yeah.
We can help. Caceres now offers paperless delivery, statements, documents, and messages. It's online, it's private, it's secure. Ask your agent for details. Or visit
Over the telephone service?
www.caceres.com.
So you would have somebody available right now who could maybe help with that? To initiate it, and it's not free, I'm sure. Yeah. It's not free or anything like that, correct?
Your mortgage account has gone mobile. Now you can access your information anytime, anywhere. Your smartphone,
Okay.
for more information,
Okay.
your agent
Alrighty, well that gives me some information. I'll have to call you back and get that number. I'm not really authorized to do that, so I'd have to have the appropriate people do that. So thank you for the information. Sure,
Never have to take
it's not a problem. Thanks.
Caceres.
Uh-huh. Bye-bye.
Oh, really? Because, you know, I didn't understand sometimes, so I
I
said
know.
record.
But you can't record.
Oh.
That's part of the law.
Oh,
So, yeah, it's a public meeting, but the bank can't record, you can't record. So, well, there's no interpreter. They never set it up.
Okay.
it's, you know, Griffin, he emailed me, he say he made sure he will order for translator.
And he
Can you
did it.
call him?
Yeah, I can't get a hold of him right now, but I'm gonna try once more. And if I'm not able to get a hold of him, I'll talk to the case manager, you know, who Griffin works for and who gets me in here and find out what they suggest that I do.
Your agent has it set up secure online.
So,
When your call resumes,
Automatic payment from your checking or savings account helps you make your loan payment on time every time. Ask your agent how to set it and forget it with Soteris AutoFix.
Thank you for calling Soteris today. Always look forward to helping you solve mortgage loan questions. Stay on the line. The agent will be right back.
Annette, hi, this is Kathy Bennett. I'll step out for a second. Hello, I'm in a mediation, and can I have a moment of your time?
Can I ask you, do you know, BAC Home Loan Servicing is the use more proposed assignment transfer at the Monterey County on May 26, 2011? Do you know it?
That's not really what we're here to discuss.
Oh, but you don't know
That's not,
it? You had
I'm-
never seen the document they,
I'm not really willing to discuss that here. We can talk about foreclosure avoidance, but, this isn't the place to discuss.
That's only because
legal
you know,
standards.
if they use the merge proposed assignment transfer and they are not the beneficiary because merge is not hold any the interest.
And
And
I,
that's if the invalid assignment and how Fannie Mae is be the
I understand what you're saying. I do not agree with what your legal interpretation is, and this isn't the place to engage in that. This isn't the place to discuss
But
that.
before I negotiate and discuss the status of the property, I had to find out who is the true beneficiary of the deed of trust before we negotiate or we discuss, because only the person had authority can make the commit or negotiate with the homeowner.
And I understand, and we're representing that we are the party that has the ability to.
But I hope you know Oregon Supreme Court rule if the person use the merge proposed assignment transfer this upchalk and not at the county recorder, and they are not the true beneficiary because merge did not hold any interest. Do you know it?
I have read those decisions, yes, and
Yes, so
that
if
doesn't
the
mean that we
Fannie
can't
Mae,
proceed.
if the Fannie Mae used the merge proposed assignment, how come they are the true beneficiary? How come they had authority to discuss or negotiate or make a commitment with me, the homeowner of the property?
It's legal and it's complicated, and if you would like to get an attorney, I'd be happy to talk to your attorney.
Yeah,
But
but that's why I want that's why I want to reschedule for the resolution conference mediation, because I discover because you submit on the Oregon Folklore Avoidance Mediation only the note and the deed, and I found out I discovered at the Monterey County BAC Home Loan Servicing they use the merge proposed assignment transfer.
Yeah, and that has.
They use the merge proposed assignment transfer to Fannie Mae, and the government had a rule for the that's it, if they use the merge and the later person cannot the true beneficiary.
Well,
And because you don't submit on the website, so I do not know, and I just discovered after I went to the Monterey County.
Okay, thank you so much for holding.
Okay.
You have something?
The facilitator just stepped out of the room. It looks like the translator was not scheduled, and
I went and talked, well, what I did was, so it's just us?
no, this is the homeowner is also here as well.
Okay. So, Amber, can you pick up the phone for me?
I actually can't. Can I have the room for a minute, please?
Oh, you want I left the room?
Yeah, can I have the room with just my client for a moment, please? The facilitator is calling case management to see what they want to do.
Okay. What I did
And we still don't have the room, so if you give me 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello. I just want to ask. I sent the motion response for the case 1531294 RLD7. Have you received yet? 1531294 RLD7.
Hello, this is Mariah calling from Resolutions Northwest, just following up with the voicemail I received yesterday around this time. You can return my phone call at 503-595-4890 at extension 100. Again, my name is Mariah. Thank you.
I will read Mexico. Okay. So you don't receive any the motion response from me. I sent on last Saturday. Linh Thị Minh Trần. The Federal National Mortgage Association issued the motion on June 16, 2015. Yeah, I want to respond motion that Federal National Mortgage Association they feel on the June 16, 2015.
On the 26th, we received correspondence from Lynn Trans, and it's regarding response to motion item. So is that what you're asking if we have received?
No, the court returned the motion response because they want I fill on the motion form.
Okay.
And I sent another motion response on last Saturday.
Okay, we have not received.
Okay.
Oh, you don't receive any motion? Oh, okay. So can I ask you what the due date for the sender motion response?
Do you want to be private?
Yeah, okay.
If you want to go to the room, you can be private.
So you know what the due date for the last day I had to. So that means it's July 3rd, right? You say July 3rd or July 2nd? So it's the 26th, and so what the last day? The day on the 26th. So the last. So they dump add the 3 days for the mail. Oh, so that means I had the 10 days, right? Oh, okay. Thank you.
When did you mail it, on Saturday?
Yeah, last Saturday.
Okay, we haven't received your mail today.
Oh, you done
Call back.
today? Yeah, I will do it. Thank you. Bye bye.
So,
Oh, they are still talking. Can I ask if they are not ready? So because they keep talking, and when we had a resolution conference mediation, so it's a safe time for me and for you. Can I ask them to reschedule because I talked with Amber already, and because he did not post for the merge proposed assignment, I just found out at the Monmouth County recorder, so I had to consult with the attorney, and I need the time because she agreed with me. I should consult with the attorney what he had to resolve the problem because Fannie Mae is not the authority, so I need the time to consult with the attorney. So we need the reschedule.
so
Good afternoon, Resolution.
that makes a whole different thing. There's a couple things we could do, okay? Like I
Hi,
said,
this is Mariah. I
the
just received a
program,
voicemail from
let's
you
go
yesterday.
ahead, let's go.
So, and I talked with the people that you had talked to at the mediation case manager, and they've explained to me that they've talked to you a lot about it. They feel that you understand that. But,
We'll be right there, Amber.
but if you're going to, as I see it, you got two things you can do. You can, I would be willing to reschedule if you wanted to proceed with like trying to do a loan modification or something like that. But if you're going to hire an attorney, they would have to be present at that meeting, because she can't talk to you if you're represented by an attorney without them being there. There's an ethical thing between attorneys.
I'm thinking because that's the point, because I found, I discovered, Fanima is not the true beneficiary.
Right, you got it.
I
Yeah,
had
you
to
got it.
represent for, I had to consult with the attorney what I should do at the conference resolution mediation.
Right.
So that's why I need to reschedule, because I talked to Amber and she did not post for the merge proposal assignment. She had some misinformation. She had some information, and I found that. And I asked her to reschedule because I want to consult with the attorney what my right I had to do at the resolution conference mediation.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And you just talked to her about
I
that right then.
asked her,
And she's probably finding out with her.
Yeah.
So, okay, so where we're at is we'll find out. I'll just say what I'm willing to do. We'll see what she wants to do.
So the most mutual agreement, because
Well, she can say she objects to a reschedule, but I have the option of one time making a reschedule, which I'd be willing to use. Just because they promised you an interpreter and it didn't happen, and that, I feel like nobody can really communicate with each other.
because when we talk deeply about,
Exactly.
we don't have them.
Right.
I cannot talk, but
Even though I've told you that I think your issue is beyond the scope of the program, I want to make sure you understand that. You see what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
want to make sure that,
not
that you're clear.
Just
Right.
listen, but did not get
Right.
me.
Right. I just want to make sure that I really know that you understand, and so that you can make an informed decision as to what you want to do. So let's go talk to Amber. Find out where we'll go here. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. So I talked to mediation program in the state, and they were upset that the interpreter did not show up because they went ahead and set it up, and in good faith thought it was going to happen. And their concern, as well as my concern, is that it's not giving Lynn the proper opportunity to communicate. Regardless of what she thinks she can do here, that's not even the point. It's just like we can't even talk to each other and understand each other well. So I'm suggesting that we do a reconvene so they have time to get an interpreter here. It means having the same conversation all over again, but with somebody that can really help communicate for her.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know what that means. I don't know. And she had mentioned that she had talked to you about maybe consulting an attorney.
I had suggested that might be
Right.
good for the.
And
for the
so
class then.
when we were just in there, I said if she was going to have an attorney, she should have that person present also at the reconvene so that you guys could talk, right?
Yeah.
Because there's an ethical problem with that if she can't talk to you if you're represented by an attorney, unless they're here. So with all of that in mind, I would like to ask for a reconvene just to give them time, and they're actually working on it right now, trying to find out how it fell apart, as far as the interpreter goes. So
We are open to a reconvene. I would like to request one. When we had emailed before, the timeline suggested was November, and I think that is unreasonable. I think we need to find a date before then. But if
Yeah,
we
I
can find a
can't go that
reasonable
far.
set-out date,
yeah, I can't go to November. It would have to be,
So how long you can?
I'd have to go within 30 days.
Olivia was,
Yeah.
she had indicated that they would be willing to do a reconvene in the interest of having a meaningful conversation.
That's great.
So we can do on August?
Well, either the end of July or the first part of August, something like that.
Yeah.
Does that work for you, Olivia?
Yeah, 30 days from now would be the beginning of August, so.
Yeah, I even have, let's see,
Third?
I think the sooner the better, just because we, I just don't want to see us not be able to talk for a long time since we've gotten this far. I could do the 29th at 8:30.
Let me double check, because I'm out 2 days right around the end of,
July 29?
I think maybe, let me check. I'm out that Friday, Monday, over the end of the month.
Okay,
So
so
the
Friday is the 31st.
31st,
Monday
okay.
is the 3rd.
So the Wednesday, July 29th would work for me.
How about you?
Yeah. No, on 29, I had to go to turn in the tax deferral. So can I do on the August 3rd?
I don't have the 3rd.
I can't do the 3rd.
How about what, the 4 or 5?
What about the 30th?
I don't have the 30th.
What about the 28th?
I can't do the 28th. I'm gone. I know.
All right.
I could do the 4th of August.
4 August, yes, I can do 4 August.
Why does it say I'm out of town on that day? That doesn't seem right. It says I'm out of town, but I think that my calendar is wrong. I should be able to do the 4th. I don't know what. I think it rolled, when you
Oh,
do
it
a
does a
multi-day, I
double
think
thing?
it dumped it into it's probably ending 7 a.m. that
So you
day.
think we'd be safe going for the 4th?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay, so if we go for the 4th, do you want to do,
The same time? We can do the same time today?
surprised they
At
haven't.
4:30?
No, it would
No,
be,
it's
I'd have to
4:30 too late.
I'd have to do 9:30.
No, 9:30 is too early for me because I had to take the bus and the mass.
Oh,
So
then I
we
can't
have
do the 4th. They don't have anything past 9:30.
All right, what day do you have a 1:30 Pacific time one open?
It would be
Okay,
the,
1:30 Pacific, I'm on the East Coast.
right.
Mhm.
I could do the 5th at 1:30. Wednesday
Okay,
the
then that
5th.
means that's 4:30 my time.
Yes.
So right now, it's 5:20, and I know that the mediations usually, West Coast mediations usually last about an hour.
Right,
But with an interpreter, that's gonna last longer, and
Probably.
leave at 5.
Okay.
okay, so we can't do that late.
What about,
We could do the 6th at 10:30.
10:30. You
um,
have only the one time 10:30.
Hmm?
You have only a one time 10:30.
I still think
that's the
all right.
latest time that she
That's-
has.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
10:30.
they
Okay, I
schedule
will
so
try
many-
10:30. Yes.
Okay.
10:30 on August 6th?
Yep.
Yay, we got
So you
that-
promise you will order for the Vietnamese interpreter on that day?
That's what they said they would promise.
Will that work for
So-
you, Olivia? It's 10:30 Pacific Standard Time on August
That's
6th?
fine.
Excellent.
8/6/15.
So make sure the Vietnamese interpreter will come on that day.
They will.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
And I will come to consult with the attorney what
Okay.
I have to do.
Okay. And then if you hire an attorney, be sure and bring them.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. If you decide not to, then
But I still had a Vietnamese interpreter on that
you'll
day.
still have an interpreter. And so just before we finish, let me cross, let's see what I say, the 6th at 10:30. Okay.
Mhm.
Before we finish, I just want to make sure that you understand that this program might not match up with what you want to have happen. So,
So I'm thinking we have to wait for the Vietnamese interpreter because if I say yes, I understand with
Mhm.
you right now. So that means
well,
And if
I'm
I
only
do not,
saying that just you talk to your attorney.
Yeah.
If you're going to consult an attorney,
Mhm.
they could also explain that.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I just don't want, I want you to have a better scope of what the program can do for you so that
Okay.
we can talk further and
Yeah.
deeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you are interested in any of the options available, you can talk with a housing counselor, and they can help with, if you're interested in a modification or
Yeah,
other
now,
items.
But
which is,
now I had to find out, who is true beneficiary. I had to talk, so I had to consult with the attorney first, okay? So whatever I understand or what something, and I found out who is true beneficiary, and I will talk about the modification loan.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I tell
just
you
know
the
that
one
the
thing.
program offers you a free housing counselor who knows all the ins and outs of like home retention and foreclosure avoidance. And, if in understanding that that's what the program is for and we could try to do that, they would be able to tell you what you needed to do.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do the attorney part, but as far as if you decided, okay, now I understand what the program is and I want to do a loan modification, my goal is if you can get all that figured out beforehand, then you could come prepared to move forward.
I had
You
to,
see what I'm saying?
I had to figure out, who is the true beneficiary. I had to,
Right.
because only the true beneficiary, I had to just
Right.
commit the loan modification. And I just want to remind, because, I remember, I had the pay off, the mortgage interest, my loan from the Countrywide, the Countrywide home loan. So I do not know. Amber, she knew it. I just post on the website
The
today.
payoff amount?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you want that amount right now?
Because no, I
You know what
because
it is.
I made the payoff already in 2006 to Countrywide, and
Oh,
they
I
send
see.
me the mortgage
Yeah.
interest statement, and I post on the Oregon Foreclosure Resolution Conference in this morning.
And see
Because
that, yeah,
I found out from the the file on my at home, and I
Right.
remember I made the payoff to the Countrywide and
and so now why are you here, right?
I had
right.
to pay again.
So that would be really hard to talk about without an interpreter,
Yeah.
because we couldn't,
Mhm.
I wouldn't know if you had got it, and I wouldn't know if you know,
Yeah.
so we'll save that for next time, but I think we're all clear on what the goal is, I'm hoping, that we can have a really good conversation, a meaningful one, so you know what you can do,
Yeah.
moving
So
forward.
we will meet on August 6, 2015 at 10:30.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay?
So can you send me the schedule for email? Can you
I
actually
don't,
send me email? I will
I
email
don't have
him.
access, yeah,
But how can we know we had
It-
we had a?
Can you go to the portal? Are you able to go to the portal to see what's there? Because that's where the communication all happens. I upload my report and it's there and it says
Can you
it
write
there.
down something for me? We had to new schedule, new schedule
Um,
today.
Would you be able to provide her a copy?
Yeah, I'll
of
just
this
give you a
one?
copy
Yeah.
of this.
Now, I'm guessing we don't need Olivia anymore?
No,
Can
I
let her
think
go?
we're all done. Thank you so much, Olivia.
Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, see, Tony, she in your firm.
Oh, no, she is my client.
Oh,
I'm representing her.
oh,
She's the one that can discuss options on the loan.
oh.
What was the name of that interpreter company? Sorry.
I
I was just gonna write that in, because the Ben guy wasn't.
I think I'm gonna have to find it. I think I closed the webpage.
Thank you.
Let me see. Oh, I already closed that. Is that me? Sorry about that. I gotta make it not do that ding.
Vietnamese interpreter, right?
Sorry, it's having to look in other mailboxes, which is slower.
Thank you for doing that. Okay.
Not sure what's taking it so long. I'll see if there's any chance it's in the one I printed.
So, you don't have a housing counselor right now. They showed
No, I don't.
Emily Brandon. She's not it. I'll just take her off of here then.
Can I ask you, Amber, have you post all the documents on the website, right?
Documents, I'm sorry, I'm not
You
understanding.
post all the documents you have on the website?
We post certain documents required by the program on the
Oh,
website.
okay.
So there's a list that the laws require us to put there at some point. However, our documents don't get put on there necessarily until you do yours.
But can I
So-
ask you, because the document you post on the website is not anything related to the Fannie Mae, how can you say you represent Fannie Mae? Because the deed and the note doesn't have anything related to Fannie Mae.
So
And
that's something we'll have to talk about.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many deep questions.
You understand what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
I talk Fannie Mae, but the
Right.
deed and the note, I didn't see anything
Right.
about.
And
I didn't
she
see
and-
any the word related to
Right.
Fannie Mae,
Right.
and I had to talk to Fannie Mae, and who I never know.
Right. And she and Olivia can really speak to that. you
Yeah,
know?
because I had to ask
But I
Amber,
think we
so
need the
she had
interpreter.
something I'm worried, so
Right.
she know what
I think that's why an attorney would help you so much, because they would be able to look at all that stuff and,
yeah.
tell you
I
what they
think-
see, you
I'm
know what I
just
mean?
concerned
It's hard
because
when you do it yourself,
The
you know?
paper, I did not
Yeah.
see any word about the Fannie Mae,
Right.
and think, how can she claim the Fannie Mae
Right.
is the
And it
benefit,
could just be
the
that's the
owner
way
of the note.
Yeah, it could just be that's the way it's written or whatever, but I mean,
There's a whole
There's
bunch
a
of
whole
laws
bunch of
that come
stuff.
into play on
Yeah. any luck?
that. No, I had to switch the search. I'm searching, what is it? I'm trying to remember how I found it. That's the issue.
Oh,
Like the ones that,
I'll just leave it, that's okay.
yeah, let me try this. Well, because I'm trying to think of what would have been in the email itself so that I can,
I'll just say something generic like interpreter ordered by MCM.
okay. It's a lot
I'll
easier to
just leave it
find
like that,
in the
yeah.
office.
And since I talked to him, they know what I'm talking about.
It's like, I think it was Oregon translation.
That's what I
something.
want
It
to
was
say too, but I don't
just be easier.
want to have it wrong. Okay, so I'll make you a copy of this, and this is what I upload to Portal also, so. There you go.
Yeah, it was Oregon translation now.
Thank you.
Oh,
So you will
welcome.
say we had a new schedule on August 6th,
It's on
right?
the second page.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright, see
Okay.
ya. Your name is Kathy,
Kathy.
and your name is
Amber.
Amber.
And
Okay.
it's on there too.
Alright, thank you.
Okay. Get this figured out.
So can you ask the reading for the Vietnamese interpreter? Hopefully
It's
he did
written
not
on there.
forget for the next time.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they will. Not now. Not after my phone call.
And you know what happened if he forgot to order Vietnamese interpreter next time? What
Yeah.
we had to do?
Yeah.
I
Well, they already. We know this.